Today I'm going to be telling you about the thrillers that I plan to read this month. I will get a few of the synopses wrong because I decided to go in blind, but I will come back in editing Kira form and rectify my discrepancies. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my October TBR. Some of the books are here, some of them are coming tomorrow, but I really wanted to be able to get this video up as scheduled for Friday, so I guess in my October wrap up is when you'll see the other books like in their physical form, but I'll still talk about them and tell you what they are. But for now I have about half of the books here and I'm so excited to get into this, so let's do it. The first book that I have here with me is The Silent Patient by Alex michaelides. I'm so sorry I'm butchering that. I have literally heard so many good things about this book, and I've heard that it's like a psychological thriller, so I figured it would be the perfect way to start off the fall season. As you know, before this I was reading a lot of romances, so I'm finally getting into thrillers this month, and I'm just so excited because I read Verity in the summer and it was just, I just loved like putting the puzzle pieces together, having my mind reeling, so I'm very excited to be starting thrillers this month. I'm not too sure about what some of these books are like specifically about, like I have ideas. I think basically the wife shoots the husband and she refuses to say anything after that. So she's taken to a psychiatric ward where the psychiatrist is basically tasked with trying to get her to talk and say what happened. So really excited. Next up is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I'm so excited to read a Riley Sager book. I hear that his thrillers are very good. So in this one, our main character is a widow and she is living in a lake house, and across from her, I guess like across the lake, there is a couple who's living in a lake house, and they seem like this perfect married couple, but basically everything is not as it seems. Yeah, that's pretty much all I know about this one, but I'm very excited to read it, and I'm very excited to read a Riley Sager book. And I thought I ordered the paperback of this, but this is the hardcover. I'm not complaining because it is so pretty. I love this cover. Like, I love the colors and the contrast of the yellow. It just looks really nice. I am also planning to read One of Us is Lying this month. I believe this is more of a YA mystery novel. It looks pretty thick. Let's see, how many pages is it? It's about like 300 and some odd pages. So this one has a bit of the Breakfast Club vibes, where I believe there's 5 students who go into detention. They're from all different like groups, like, you know, there's the jocks, there's the populars, the nerds, whatever. Nerds rule the world, so. They all go to detention and 5 of them go in, but 4 of them come out. 1 of them dies, and the one that dies is the one who is believed would potentially spill a bunch of secrets of the people in that detention group with him. So now there's just like this mystery going on where they have to solve who killed him. Last book that I have physically with me right now is The Handmaid's Tale. I don't really know what this would be classified as, maybe like dystopian or psychological thriller potentially, but I've been wanting to read this, and I don't know if you watch The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, but the 5th season just came out and they've been releasing episodes bit by bit every Wednesday, and knowing that the show is going to be coming to a close soon, it really made me want to read the books. So I just figured this would be such a good book to read in October, and I feel like it gives fall vibes. Like the show at least gives very much fall vibes because it's very dark, and you know, so I'm very excited to read this. In terms of books that are on my TBR but are not here, there are a few. So the first one is going to be Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. So in this book we have our main character being an apartment sitter for, I don't know, somebody, and there are like a lot of elite and famous people who live, rich people who live in this apartment complex, and she meets another fellow apartment sitter, and the apartment sitter tries to kind of tell her like there are a lot of secrets and a lot of history at this apartment complex, and then she disappears. It's very spooky, and I'm really interested where this book will go. This is a very new like storyline to me. So the next book is called The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Sugar Rose. I was initially going to read One of Us is Dead by her, but I was seeing like better reviews for this one, and honestly this might be the one that I'm most excited to read because the premise of the story just sounds so good. So basically our main character is a defense attorney and her husband is a struggling writer, and he starts having an affair and then he's found dead. And editing here, just here to say that that is incorrect, because actually it's even better than that. The husband doesn't die, the mistress dies, and the husband is basically convicted, or he's suspected as the murderer of the mistress, and the wife has to defend him. Like, even better, okay? So yeah, forget what I said, that was wrong, I got it mixed up. The wife, who is the defense attorney, has to defend her lying, cheating husband. So even better. Okay, we got 3 more books to talk about. So one is called Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie, and the other one is called The Guest List by Lucy Foley. For the Agatha Christie book, Murder on the Orient Express, somebody is murdered on this train, and basically the whole train is stopped and they have to figure out who did it. It's a whodunit. It's kind of like a classic, and I really wanted to read an Agatha Christie book this month while I am doing my thrillers, my mysteries, you know, that genre. The Guest List by Lucy Foley has kind of like a similar premise where I think it definitely has some derivatives of Agatha Christie, where like I think somebody in the family who's really rich dies. Editing here again. I'm sorry, that's wrong. Actually what happens is there's a wedding happening, 2 people are getting married, they're joining their lives together, everything's going great, and then people start dying, you know, resentment, jealousies, and this is what I meant by it's reminiscent of Agatha Christie, because I watched Death on the Nile. I do not support Armie Hammer, we don't even need to talk about that, but I did watch the movie, and yeah, like something similar happens. And last but not least on my list is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Let me just say I was not a big CoHo fan. Her first book I read was actually It Ends With Us, and I hated it. I thought that it was just like so corny in the beginning until I got to like the end section. That's when she won me over, when I got like midway into the book, and then I proceeded to read Verity. So this will be my 3rd Colleen Hoover book. I wouldn't say that I go out of my way to read her books, but knowing that I did read It Ends With Us and liked it by the end, I figured, hey, like I should really read the sequel because I liked it. So that's coming out on October 18th. I've already pre-ordered it through Amazon, so I'm not sure if it'll get here on October 18th, after October 18th, or a little bit before. Some people say that sometimes when you pre-order a book from Amazon, it will come a little bit earlier, so crossing my fingers for that. And I'm actually planning to do a reading vlog of that because I really want to capture like my reactions, and I just think it'll be so fun to be back in that world again, but like where you know the characters and just see what happens next, because that story was crazy and it literally was on my mind for days after reading it. Okay, and lastly, this book is not on my TBR for October, but it's in my Amazon cart. So if I do get through my books for this month, I may read this because I've kind of been feeling like I want to read it now. Like at first I wasn't sure, but now I'm like, okay, I'm hooked. Like once somebody told me I was like Gossip Girl, I was like, I'm there, that is my type of book. Initially I was scared because people were like, it's so toxic, but I think I want to read it, and that is Magnolia Parks. It is in my Amazon cart, and I low-key just want to like go ahead and pull the trigger. So I think I will. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it, and if I get to it this month, great. If I don't, it's fine. I'll get to it at some point. So the gang is not all here, unfortunately. They will be here tomorrow, but these are the books on my October TBR, and I'm so excited because I'm changing up the genre, and I'm just like so excited, and I think I'm gonna be running through these books because most of them have really great reviews. So thank you for watching this video. I'm so excited to talk about these books at the end of the month, let you know what I thought. But until then, I will see you in the next video.